Hold on
Welcome
a
to
second.
Saints
I've lost
Daily
my.
Podcast. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. I want to thank you guys for subscribing. We're blessed enough to have an interview, well, kind of a face to face with two guys that will be fighting in Jackson, Kentucky, at Breathitt County High School at 7 p.m. Gold Rush, Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, and it's a regular on the show, John Noble and Jimmy Two Times. How are both of you guys doing tonight?
Doing great, Seth. Appreciate you having me on, brother.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm a little upset, and I'll tell you why. Because Jimmy Two Times time is valuable, okay? And you're already 6 minutes late. Now I know you're down there in Knott County, Kentucky, with all the rest of your trailer park trash. But here's the deal: after you get your dial-up on America Online with your rotary phone, and you get off your MySpace page, then you'll start paying attention to the man of the hour. I'm calling from New York City. I'm not some of these local yokels calling there from the Breathitt Bobcat Specialty Boys team. I am the real deal. So respect my time. That's how I'm doing.
Well, I'm going to respect your time on Saturday because I plan on beating you in about 3 minutes. So I'm going to be very respectful of your time come Saturday.
John Noble, it's going to take you 3 minutes to squeeze that body between the ropes. I haven't seen you in 20 years. I had no idea that you'd put on that much weight. You know, you're fighting for a belt that I'm not sure is going to fit. We'll have to get one of those extenders like they do when you have to go to the airplanes. You know, those big things with wings from the airport. You've heard of them. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Hey, I understand. I appreciate that. I mean, I just assumed that you had gained weight too, because when I saw the picture and saw the Jimmy Two Times, I thought that was because you're 2 times the size you were 20 years ago. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe that means something else. But
John Noble, you look like the guy that ate John Noble that I knew 20 years ago. Let me tell you that for sure. You're the only guy I know that could go swimming in Lake Cumberland and leave a ring. I think you know exactly what I'm talking about, John. So I look forward to Saturday night when I can smack some of these words right out of your mouth. But won't you let Seth do the talking? It's his show, or have you forgot that in your redneck ways?
Hey, Seth, you go right ahead. Let him take a breath there. I'm sure he's winded. Let him take his breath, and you go right ahead.
Absolutely. John, I know you're looking forward. You guys are in the main event, right?
No. If it was me and somebody else, it'd probably be main event. But no, with Jimmy Two Times, it's not main event.
Definitely not main event, because the promoter knew that there's no way John has the kind of wind it takes to go in a main event. It's a Jimmy Two Times kind of main event, but I know you can just look at John from here. I saw his last interview. He was sitting in a weight room. I figure that's where he hides and eats his Krispy Kreme donuts.
No, somebody asked me if I saw Jimmy Two Times last interview, and I said, Lord, I hope so. But you know, it is what it is. We'll see on Saturday. I'm excited about it because USA Main Event is actually a belt that means a lot to me, because when I was first starting, there were a lot of champions that kind of ducked and dipped and dived and dodged to get out of the way of me, that I never actually even got a shot at that belt. So I'm thankful 20 plus years later to actually get a chance at the belt in my school at Breathitt High, and obviously to be able to go ahead and win that belt as well, which is a pretty big part of the plan for Saturday.
Absolutely.
You know, and I'll have to give John credit for one thing, Seth. John, of all the people I've met in this business in the last 25 years, knows how to lose gracefully. He's done it in professional wrestling. He's done it as a boys basketball coach. He does it every year to Perry Central. He does it every year to Wolfe County. Heck, he even will let Knott County beat him, and Knott County got beat by the Kentucky School for the Blind. So if I give John some credit, is that he does know how to lose, and we'll make sure that he continues to be a gracious loser on Saturday, Breathitt County High School at 7 o'clock.
Well, I was wondering with the School for the Blind if that's who actually picked out that suit. So, you know,
Don't be jealous just because they don't sell suits in Kentucky.
Everybody knows you're sitting there with a daggone tuxedo top on and sitting there in your pink underwear. So I don't know, you know.
I don't understand why that would make you jealous. You know, I look fantastic in this pink underwear. Just because you don't have the body to pull it off, that's on you.
That's probably true. That is probably true. I have to give you.
Say something while I drink my margarita.
Seth, go ahead, brother.
John, how fast do you think you'll beat Jimmy Two Times? Or Jimmy Two Times, how fast do you think you'll beat John Noble?
I'll let him answer first.
It is a fair assessment that, these fans are paying money to make sure that that boys basketball team at Breathitt County has plenty of balls to play with. Now, I'm going to give them their money's worth. I'm probably going to let John, I could probably carry him, not physically because he's obviously too big, but in the ring, I think I could probably carry him 8 minutes. So I'll probably give the fans their money's worth. Let him have 8 minutes because I know he's the big hero there. He's the big basketball coach, and that's pretty much all the kids know. The only time you see kids leaving the school is when somebody lets the air out of the basketball, because that's all the reason they go to school there in Breathitt County. And I noticed that Breathitt County football has now put AstroTurf on their football fields to keep the cheerleaders from grazing after the games. So I think I'm going to give them 8 minutes, and then that'll give the crowd their money's worth.
For me, I don't know. Obviously, Jimmy Two Times has a lot of jokes there. He spent a lot of time online Googling unfunny jokes for middle-aged men. But, with that said, I don't know as far as how quickly I'll beat him. I mean, there are a lot of options. We could hit him with a big finishing move or some kind of submission hold, or I could just knock him down, let him rock himself sleep trying to get back up. So there's a lot of options there. So I don't really want to put a time frame on it. We'll just see what happens and go from there.
Yeah. And how long have you held the belt, Jimmy Two Times? And I know this ain't your first match with John Noble either.
No, John Noble and I tied up in the ring before. I think the last time was at a bar show in Richmond, Kentucky, in a bar that was just a little bit bigger than the ring. And you remember that show? Me and Jimmy Stone tangled with the Stormbringers. And I believe that's the last time I was in the ring with John. But the fact is, I've only held this belt for about 7 months. But let me tell you the history of this belt. Dale TNT Mann, somebody that one of the few things that John and I all agree on, a guy that we both respect a whole lot and started this company, was the original title holder. And guys throughout history, Ron Bass held this belt. Handsome Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man, held this belt. Tracy Smothers, the late, great Tracy Smothers, who John and I both wrestled dozens of times, has held this belt. Some guys that are going to be there, Stan Sierra.
Hillbilly Jim.
Hillbilly Jim held this belt. Absolutely. WWE Hall of Famer. Vic the Bruiser, who's going to be there Saturday night, has held this belt. So the belt's got a lot of history and a lot of meaning, especially if you're from Kentucky, if you know the area. I'm not from there. It doesn't mean anything to me. You guys are a bunch of trailer park trash for all I care. But I can tell you this belt means a lot to the people of Eastern Kentucky. And no one is better suited than Jimmy Two Times, so nice you say it twice, to bring it back to Redneckville. And then after I wipe the floor with John Noble, I take it back to New York where the belt belongs.
That belt for me, I spent the better part of my first 4 years in the wrestling business in USA Main Event as part of that roster. And for me at that time, whoever held that belt was I thought, the best wrestler around. From the time I was there, he mentioned Dale TNT Mann, who is a Hall of Famer and won, thousands of matches and held titles everywhere he went and trained a lot of top talent. In the time I was there, Vic the Bruiser had that belt a lot. A guy named Chris Michaels, who is one of the best to ever do it in the state of Kentucky, held that belt. It's just Tracy Smothers, who I think you and I, Seth, have talked about how much Tracy Smothers means to me.
Mike Mann, Mr. Breeze, was also another somebody who represented that belt very well back in the 90s.
Mr. Breeze he may have held that belt longer than anybody.
Yeah, he may have.
He held that belt a long time. A guy named Sean Benham that used to wrestle out of OVW up in Louisville when it was OVW. I mean, it was when it was just taking off and was producing talent like Nick Dinsmore, Rob Conway, and those guys. And Sean was and Vic was in that group. So, Sean was one of their top guys. But for me, that belt indicated the best in the business. And I never, I started out as a tag team wrestler, and Jimmy Two Times there can tell you, that's what I did for primarily the first 3 or 4 years of my career. So I never really got an opportunity to go after that belt. So I take this very seriously. It's a very big honor. And, as big a jerkwad as Jimmy Two Times is, I appreciate him for giving me the opportunity this Saturday to bring the USA main event back to Kentucky to defend it against me. And, like I said, I'm looking forward to taking it off of him.
Well, I appreciate your kind words there, John, but it's really not about appreciation. Let's just face it. It's about money. It costs you a lot of money. It costs a promoter a lot of money. It takes a lot of money to gas up my private jet, Armani, to wear Kenneth Cole on a watch that Kenneth Cole gave me. And on the back of it, it says Jimmy Two Times, the best. Make sure you beat John Noble, Kenneth Cole. That's what it says on the back of this watch. It's really small. It's hard to read. It's really small, hard to read. The point is, Jimmy Two Times is a class act, and he will bring that class act, something that I'm sure Breathitt County could use. This Saturday, September 11th, 7 o'clock, doors open. But John, I'm thinking that those redneck pieces of white trash from Knott County and from Breathitt County are going to want to come early. And I believe that there is a VIP meet and greet early. Now, I don't know anything about it because Jimmy Two Times doesn't do those because there's nobody important enough in Kentucky that I want to meet.
Well, you have to be an actual VIP to be in the meeting. So obviously Jimmy Two Times would not be there.
That would absolutely leave all you rednecks out. But I believe you can get a better ticket and come see you early. Is that right?
You can. All the details for that are on the Appalachian Mountain Wrestling social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff that Jimmy Two Times probably has on his flip phone that he carries around. So he's, that information's out there for anybody that wants to be. There will be a special meet and greet. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they're even going to maybe even have a match as part of the pre-show. But again, all that information, if it's not out there yet, it'll be out there in the next couple of days. And for anybody needing tickets, they can see me or they can see any of our basketball players at Breathitt High. And again, that's this Saturday night at Breathitt High School in the PG.
And just for the record, to clear things up, Seth, Jimmy Two Times has the iPhone 14. Now, that's not even out to the public yet because Jimmy Two Times is an early adapter and actually was a great friend with Steve Jobs before he passed so tragically. So I have the iPhone 14 XL 9437, which none of you have yet, but Jimmy Two Times has got it. So when you get off of your, you probably have a Samsung, John Noble, as poor as that quality of that picture is. But the rest of us who can afford nice things, we have nice things.
And
Seth, you go ahead, Seth.
Oh, what, you was gonna say something, John? My bad.
No, I was gonna give the floor back to you. We're taking this time with all that wind being shot right there. Which that's a funny thing. Why all the trees south of New York lean to the north. Because New York sucks. So that's an old joke. We tell that down here a little bit every now and then.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that. That's the reason the birds fly upside down over Breathitt County. There's no real good place to take a crap.
Oh, listen, that bird flies over Breathitt County, it's getting shot before it gets out the other side. Don't worry about that.
And that I believe.
But I know you're also going to be appearing for Appalachian Mountain Wrestling September the 17th, I believe, Jimmy Two Times.
Yeah, September the 18th, actually. I will be back for AMW in Hazard, Kentucky at the Black Gold Festival because, if Jimmy Two Times is going to come down, they couldn't afford to bring me down. So nice they fly me twice. So I'll be down the following Saturday. And then I have several guest appearances, several television appearances throughout Kentucky, Tennessee, Indiana, Ohio, while I spend a week down in the South with all you people.
Yeah, man.
Well, I know To Catch a Predator was still airing. Not my fault. All right.
Just jealous of my haircut. Hang in there, big boy.
That'll do it. All mine's gone gray. All yours has gone away. So I guess it's one or the other.
Grass don't grow on a played field, my friend.
Deep.
But yeah, man, Jimmy 2 times. So you plan on defending your title September the 18th as well if you do beat John Noble?
If,
That's
if,
big.
Seth, have you been smoking too many Marlboro Reds and drinking too many Busch Lights? If Jimmy 2 times, there is not a snow cone's chance in Breathitt County that Jimmy 2 times is going to lose his belt to a has-been, or really, let's face it, a never was, like John Noble. John Noble is a tag team wrestler. As you put him with Eddie Browning, you put him with the Driller, there's probably no better tag team in the state of Kentucky. That's because Eddie could carry John. And Eddie, the reason Eddie really slowed down his wrestling, he hurt his back from carrying John all those years as a tag team wrestler. So absolutely, if somebody wants a shot at my USA main event heavyweight championship belt on the 18th at the Black Gold Festival in Hazard, Kentucky at 2:00, you can guarantee I'll have it. You can go ahead and call my agent. Don't bother calling John's agent. You know, the only belt he's going to get, he's going to pick up at the Big Lots there in Hazard.
Okay, I mean that's a fair statement. I spent the first part of my career as a tag team wrestler, and Eddie was a heck of a wrestler, still is. But I'm just going to go ahead and just dispense with the false humility just for a little bit. Jimmy 2 times, bottom line, John Noble, as you knew him 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago, is a much different man today. You can say that I'm fatter or that I'm grayer or whatever. But the simple fact is this, and I'm just going to spell this out, and I'm going to speak slowly, Jimmy, so you can kind of understand. If the words are too big, you let me know and I'll dumb it down for you. I am going to be what I have always been for the last 20 years, and that is the most technically proficient professional wrestler on the face of God's green earth. It doesn't matter how long it's been since I've wrestled. It doesn't matter where I've wrestled. The bottom line is on September 11th, Saturday night, in my high school, you will not and you cannot beat me. Not going to happen. All right. So you bring that belt, you shine it up real nice. All right. To borrow an old cliche. But you bring that belt, shine it up to where it's just as shiny as the top of your skull. And I'm going to take it off of you on Saturday because that's what I do. And because I can do it. And then if you still want to defend it, because I do, I'm not going to be there on the 18th. But if you want to defend my belt, maybe I'll rent it to you. Maybe you can let me borrow that Kenneth Cole watch. And I'll rent the belt to you if you want to defend it on September 18th, because that's the only way that belt's going to be in your possession after this Saturday night.
Wow, that whole subject verb, you can really tell you went to college there in Kentucky. There were 17 disagreements. You went across 5 different tenses, and my belt will not be the only thing I'm shining up. As you know, Jimmy 2 times has never left the house without his good friend Isabel. His good friend Isabel is a set of brass knuckles that I've taken down bigger men than you with. Maybe not larger, but definitely bigger men than you with. And they'll be there too, as long as my bodyguard, who will be coming out. He is the fantastic thoroughbred Braden Marshall, who just won the Holly Yasko Memorial Cup in North Carolina over last weekend, thanks to me and Isabel. So I appreciate your candor. I appreciate your talent. I appreciate what you used to be. But Jimmy 2 times knows you. I was there when you started. You know, I know all your tricks. And I know without Eddie Browning by your side, you're just another worker. And I'm going to make sure that we take that home. As I shine up my belt, I keep it shiny anyway. And Seth, I hope you're there to witness how shiny my belt is, how shiny Miss Isabel here is, and then how that trip back to New York City is going to look good with that belt around my waist.
What do you have to say to that, John?
Oh, there's nothing to say. I've already said it. Bottom line, Jimmy 2 times, you haven't been around me in 2 decades. You want to know about John Noble, you clearly haven't done your homework. All you've got to do is ask around. I've already said it. You can't beat me. You won't beat me. Belts is coming off of you Saturday night at Breathitt High School. And you can bring your boy Braden. I've heard about him, a lot of good things about him. But all I got out of that is that the two of you can't beat anybody without each other. So that's fine. I'll just beat both of you if that's what it takes. All right, because my mind's made up. I told you, it's a simple fact. You can't beat me. Your boy Braden can't beat me. It would take both of you just to tear my picture in half, as a matter of fact. So this Saturday night, bring my belt. Should have been mine 20 years ago. I'll just go ahead and collect it this Saturday night.
We'll do that.
Wow, man. And your brass knuckles is ready for are you gonna hit John with it?
No, that would be illegal. Anything the referee sees is illegal. And Jimmy Two Times doesn't operate that way. Not once in the last 27 years of professional wrestling have I ever broke the rules in order to maintain or to win one of my belts. And I'm sure John will agree with you on that. He's never seen Jimmy Two Times break the rules, ever. Not even when some yahoo, some greenhorn decides to go over and put themselves through a windshield on Jimmy Two Times' car. No, not even when that happens. I've never broken the rules in order to win a match.
Well, it would be my recommendation to you, Jimmy Two Times, that you better start breaking some rules on Saturday if you're going to have a chance in the world to beat me. And as far as, somebody going through your windshield, I don't know anything about it. Unfortunate things happen. Sometimes guys get kicked out of entire towns for wrestling, for breaking rules. That stuff happens sometimes. So what I want you to do is bring that, I actually saw a list today on the internet of all the rules for wrestling from the NWA back in the 70s. Why don't you, that's back when you first started, by the way. So why don't you get that list, go over it, and figure out which rules you need to break that might give you a half of a prayer to beat me Saturday. And then read them to your boy Braden, because I know he can't. So go ahead and read them to him, and then both you guys put your heads together, come in Saturday, and let's see what happens.
I look forward to the opportunity, John, not just to see you again after 20 years, not just to stand across the ring from you after 20 years, but to beat you again after 20 years.
This has been a match in the making for 20 years, man. And you can only see it at Breathitt County High School at 7 p.m. Gold Rush. There's also going to be other title matches as well. Kyle Maggart's fighting for a title, right?
I think there are 6 matches now. Each match is for a title. I think actually at this point in time, I don't think Kyle is even on the card. At this point, there are 6 title matches. I don't think Kyle even is in a match at this point. If something changes between now and then, I can't say. This match actually with Jimmy Two Times just got proposed to me a few days ago. I guess he kind of reached down deep and finally discovered some testicular fortitude and decided he'd come defend the title against me, but I didn't even know about it till a couple of days ago. So who knows what will happen between now and next Saturday? But it's going to be a great night of wrestling, and man, it's going to be a lot of gold changing hands on Saturday.
I agree with John on that, but I'm going to go ahead and correct nearly everything he said. First of all, there are 8 title matches that are going to happen that night. The first title match is a USA main event tag team title match where the New Age Assassins will be taking on Navy Wright and Chris Phoenix. The New Age Assassins are currently the tag team champions of the USA main event. The only way you can get to watch that match is to buy that VIP ticket. That is going to be a match that happens for VIPs only. I don't bring the Assassins from parts unknown without a lot of expense and without a lot of VIP treatment. So only the VIP members will get to see that match between the New Age Assassins against Navy Wright and Chris Phoenix.
What's airfare flying at a parts unknown? Always kind of wondered that.
It is far enough away that it's probably in a state where you have active warrants, John. So you'll probably just better stay in Kentucky. So he'll come from parts unknown. And you go ahead and get your tickets from John Noble or from one of his little, grade school basketball team looking guys. And, when they've got a center that's 5'7" and a point guard that's 4'6", they're going to do real good against Knott County. But, get your tickets from John Noble. come to see those dark matches. There are 7 title matches from everybody from SWJ, from Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, from USA Main Event. Victor Bruiser is defending against your old partner, John Noble, for 2 titles, USWF. It is going to be some exciting times, and it'll bring a tear to my eye after I beat you to watch my good friend and even my mentor in the business, Victor Bruiser, beat your old tag team partner, Eddie the Driller Browning. So it's lots of great things, but 7 matches that are going to be for the general admission, 8 matches if you're a VIP, Seth. I just wanted to keep the record straight because I know that as a basketball coach and a PE teacher, that that's really not John's forte.
And
Hey, I appreciate the update on that. Now I'm just going to correct you on a couple of things real quick. Number one, Eddie's going to beat Vic on Saturday. That's going to happen. Of course, I'm going to beat you in the match. One of the matches that I'm really excited about is going to be the main event that evening. It's going to be Marty Clay, who is actually one of my former players. And he's going for the title right there in his hometown against Stan Sierra, who Stan is probably along with Vic, one of the longest reigning wrestling champions in the Southeastern United States. Both those guys
Absolutely.
are double and they're veterans, and Eddie and Marty both are going to have their hands full. And those are going to be 2 great matches, and I'm excited. I'm excited for every match on the card. I'm excited for Eddie's opportunity to win 2 belts. I'm excited for Marty's opportunity to win a belt, and I'm excited for not just the opportunity, but for the absolute fact that I'm going to beat Jimmy 2 times on Saturday to get that belt back and bring the USA Main Event belt back to Kentucky where it never should have left in the first place. So it's going to be a great night of wrestling. If you do need tickets, again, you can see me, or you can see my 6'6", 260-pound center, or my 6'8" power forward, or my 6'4" wing player, or my 6'4" point guard, or my 6'1" shooting guard, or my other 6-foot shooting guard, or some of those guys. So, feel free to check with those guys as well.
absolutely. And I know this is your first match in almost 2 years, John, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and I'll be honest, I really was not planning on wrestling on Saturday. I just kind of wanted to sit back and watch Eddie and Marty do their thing and, just spend that time with my team trying to, raise money for our season because we got a lot of expenses coming up this year. But I really wasn't planning on wrestling on Saturday. But then with the opportunity, and again, all credit to Jimmy 2 times. He agreed to come down here and face me, and I got to give him credit for that, because it takes a lot for a guy to come down here and take part in a fight that he knows he can't win. So I really respect might be a little bit of a stretch, but I really appreciate him being willing to do that.
Well, it's my pleasure to do it. Now, John, I didn't do it for you. I did it for the kids because I know that you're going to be sharing some of that money with your cheerleaders for basketball, and we'd like to get them lots of masks. Anything that hides their face would be greatly appreciated for any cheerleader in Breathitt County. So that's really why I came down, was to raise money and save the crowd in Breathitt County having to look at those cheerleaders while they're out there shaking their pom-poms and yelling for your mighty might little team next year. So it's that's why I'm doing it. But more than that, just a chance, just one more time with John Noble. That makes Jimmy 2 times happy. Just one more time with John Noble, regardless of the outcome. The outcome's foregone. I know it, but you don't. One more time with John Noble. It's going to be a good time, my friend.
Oh, hey, listen, I agree. It's going to be a great time, and you are absolutely right about the foregone conclusion. I already told you. I kind of slipped into a full-blown competitive mode there a while ago. But when I say I'm the most technically proficient professional wrestler walking the face of God's green earth, I mean it because it's fact, and it has been for 2 decades. Ask anybody. This Saturday, like I said, it is a foregone conclusion, but I am going to beat you. And if your boy Braden sticks his head in there, I might just take your Isabel and whack him upside the head one time because that will be legal because he's not supposed to be in there anyway.
And Jimmy, what do you think about John not fighting in 2 years? Do you think that'll help you in any way?
Jimmy 2 times did not take COVID off. Jimmy 2 times wrestled every week all through COVID. Jimmy two times has beat more men than COVID in the last year and a half. So I am absolutely certain that John, there's being conditioned. I get that. I know you're in the gym every day with these kids. I know that's what you do for a living. I know you're working out there. You're country strong. You always have been, throwing that hay around and making that moonshine and racing them cars and going left and all that kind of stuff. I know, John, that you do that, and that's what makes you strong. But there's also ring conditioning, and you can admit this. There's nothing like being in that ring, even if it's just for 10 minutes. It's like doing 1,000 hours in the gym. So I am counting on there being a little ring rust, Seth, with him being out of the ring the last 2 years and me being in every week and wrestling new opponents, younger opponents every week than John Noble. Because although I may be a member of AARP, I know John's knocking on that door. So I look forward to that opportunity, Seth.
Yeah, hey, listen, I 1,000% agree. I do anticipate some ring rust. I'm hopefully going to be able to get in here in the next day or two and try to get in the ring, just try to get my bearings a little bit. I do anticipate some ring rust, and and he's correct. There's nothing in the world like wrestling shape. There's really not. Doesn't matter how many miles you run. Doesn't matter how many wind sprints you run. Doesn't matter. Like right now, I'm physically stronger than I've ever been in my life. But there's no comparison for ring shape. It just is what it is. You either have it or you don't. And I do anticipate some rust. And my wind may be in question. Clearly, Jimmy two times wind is not in question because he hasn't shut up for the 30 minutes we've been online here. So clearly his win might even be a little better than mine, but it's still not going to be enough. Let's just be honest. It's not going to be enough. And as far as his AARP card, it's good for him to have time off to enjoy the benefits of that card, because I hear there are quite a bit of benefits lined up with that card. So after I beat you on Saturday, maybe you'll have time. Maybe you can make it to, Hardee's in Jackson has a pretty good breakfast. And I think they honor that card a little bit. Some of those other restaurants around town, we got some great food in Jackson. I'm sure they'll work with you on that card there.
I'm counting on it. I've been wanting to try some of that possum gravy and grits and that stuff that only sell at the Waffle House in Kentucky, and some of that fried chicken that the Colonel makes.
Do you not have Waffle House? New York? Does New York not have Waffle House?
No, we don't have Waffle House for a good reason.
That's horrible. Who doesn't have a Waffle House? New York doesn't have a Waffle. I mean, I know that place really kind of, like I said, it kind of sucks, but they don't have a Waffle House.
Kind of sucks. I was noticing Breathitt County gets 5 stars for family dining. So, you call it, big boy.
Hey, listen, every place in town's a great place to eat. And they'll probably, I don't know anybody that serves that stuff, but the good people of Breathitt County, if you call down and ask them, they'd probably go out and try to get it done for you. That's just the kind of people we are. As far as New York, that place that, I've never been there. Don't ever plan on going, but I heard, if a tornado was to ever touch down in New York, they'd probably do $25 million worth of improvement. So, I don't know. They don't have a Waffle House. I have no interest in a state that doesn't have a Waffle House. They don't even have biscuits and gravy up there. Why? I mean, that place, that's awful. That's got to be like hell on earth.
We have very different definitions of hell on earth. And I'm absolutely certain it starts at the Mason-Dixon line going south. Because the best thing that ever came out of Kentucky is I-75 north.
Well, that's the thing about New York. If they ever decided to give the United States an enema, they'd stick the hose in New York. So there's that too.
New York is known for several things. Number one, it's known for honest politicians who treat women and children with great respect. And it's known for honest mayors who do amazing things for our city. But more than anything, it is known as the former home of the greatest president of our time, John Noble, and that's my president, Joe Biden. And I think that his influence on Jimmy two times and my ability to get out and wrestle is what makes this country great. It's what makes New York great. And it's what allows people like me to tolerate people like you too.
Well, that's all well and good, but elections or whatever you want to talk about, politics, understand this. This Saturday night, there will be no rigging of any results. All right. The only result's going to be when Jimmy 2 times hears that referee slap the mat 3 times, and John Noble gets his hand raised 1 time. And I take the belt off your sorry butt right there in the middle of Breathitt County.
We'll see, my friend. We'll see.
Man, this was a great interview, and I want to thank you guys both for being on. Absolutely.
Hey, I appreciate you having me on, Seth. And I appreciate Jimmy taking time away to come in and do this interview as well, try to build this event up. You know, again, at the end of the day, it's for my basketball team to raise money. I know that's not why he's doing it. He's got his own reasons. And, you know, but again, at least he's come down here and he's willing to come down here and take that big L that he's going to pick up on Saturday. So again, much appreciation to Jimmy 2 times for doing that.
Yeah, and I also want to thank John Noble for bothering to put on a pair of pants, halfway decent T-shirt, and it perhaps a trip to the laundry next time. Yeah, collar and elbow. I get it. Yeah, that's where head comes in, I suppose. Anytime that Jimmy 2 times comes to Kentucky is a great day for Kentucky. And Seth, I look forward to seeing you there. I will give you a private VIP interview only because I think you wore a Hooters hat on this interview, which shows what a great class act we have there in Knott County.
It's a Kentucky Music Mafia hat.
Oh, of course it is. I knew it wouldn't be a Bobcats or a Wildcats hat because neither one of those have won a game in 2 seasons.
They're a rap country group.
Hey, since he brought it up, let me put my shirt over real quick. It says a collar and elbow shirt. It's the autism shirt. Part of the money made off this shirt goes to the Autism Foundation. So if you get on Collar and Elbow website, check it out, pick one of these up. They've got a lot of other T-shirts on there. The Bobby Eaton Memorial T-shirt, the Tracy Smothers Memorial T-shirt, the Shad Gaspard Memorial T-shirt. Money from all those shirts go to the families of those wrestlers. So get on there and check those guys out. But I'm very proud of this. Very proud of this shirt.
Absolutely.
Do they have it in men's sizes?
They do. They do.
Yeah.
This was actually your wife's. So
No, I don't doubt that at all because it looked like it was a husky.
Oh man, you said it, not me.
Yeah, but I want to thank.
May not make it to Breathitt County on Saturday.
Anything's possible, brother.
We were doing so good.
I want to thank John Noble and Jimmy 2 times for being on. Definitely come out Saturday at Breathitt County High School at 7 p.m. and definitely get VIP. What time is VIP, by the way?
VIP doors open at 5:30. You'll get a meet and greet with all of the wrestlers who will be participating in all of the matches, as well as an opportunity to see the USA Main Event Tag Team Championship match that none of the general admission folks will get to see. So I think that ticket's $14, where general admission is $10. It's money well spent. And again, going for a good cause. I encourage everybody to, if you've got that $10 ticket, you want to see that extra match, you want to get those meet and greets where you actually get to spend some time with the wrestlers, spend the extra $4.
Absolutely.
And I'll just add too real quick, if you've never been to an Appalachian Mountain Wrestling show, it's a great family-oriented professional wrestling event. It's one of those things that's safe to bring your kids to, regardless of the age, and everybody has a good time. And the talent from all these different promotions coming in from the UCW, from USWL, from USA Main Event, of course, from Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, from WFS out of Kingsport, Tennessee, and I'm sure I'm probably leaving somebody out, but man, it's a great collection of wrestling talent. And again, as Jimmy 2 times said, obviously for a great cause. So we encourage everybody to come out. You're going to see 8 great matches.
Absolutely. Definitely go to Breathitt County High School. It's at 5:30 p.m. Get a VIP ticket for $14. I mean, that's absolutely a steal. You get to meet the wrestlers and you get to see an extra match. And at that, another title match, a tag team title match. That's an absolute steal. definitely go check them out, man. Appalachian Mountain Wrestling. I want to thank John Noble for being on. I want to thank Jimmy 2 times for being on. Y'all have a good night, and God bless.